Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school football on NETSN Thursday night game of the week. We are here in Kaufman, Texas, home of Northfield. We are here to watch the Henderson Lions and the Gainesville Leopards. Hello, everyone. I'm Brett Swinney. Alongside me tonight, my normal partner in crime, Jeremy Diamond. Jeremy, how's it going tonight?
Man, I'm good. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. We got a nice spot here in the with the people tonight.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can bring you this broadcast and you can feel like you're with us.
I was
tonight.
gonna say we got the band on our left and get the scoreboard on our right. We got noise on both sides, but hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. And yeah, just an exciting night of football here on Thursday night. Already week 4. Can you believe that?
Wow, week 4, and we got 10 games on NETSN this week. We got 3 on tonight. We've got Overton Maud, Jaron Peoples, and Jeremy Titzworth are up for that one. And then we have Big Sandy in Ore City, Keith Whitman and Jason Cavazos over there in Big Sandy for the opening district play tonight. Big Sandy is. And so then we have 7 games tomorrow slate. But let's talk about this one right here, Jeremy. And let's go to your normal Diamonds winning keys, and let's see what you got tonight.
All right. Yeah, so I think for Gainesville, you know, they've had 2 2.25 games. They had a game called in the second quarter, and it's been a tough road for them. And so if they've got a chance to win tonight, they've got to keep the opponent under 30 points. They've given up 70+ in the two losses that went full time. And second, their defense has got to create negative plays. They've got to put Henderson behind the sticks and make the game harder for them. And then lastly, they need to score. They've got to score early and often. Scoring has been a struggle for Gainesville so far this year, and so you can't win if you give up a lot of points.
Yeah,
and
you can't win if you don't score. Right?
That's right. It's impossible. And then on the other end for the Henderson Lions, I think the big thing is just keeping their quarterback upright, right? Keeping him going, keeping him running, keeping him moving. And then they've got to win the turnover battle. They've got to force more than they give up. And then lastly, I think for them to control the clock. Keep the ball in their hands. Don't give this Gainesville team a chance to get any breathing room, and just put the foot on the gas and keep it there all night.
All right, I like those. We'll refer to those back and see how you did later.
Yeah.
Usually you do pretty well.
You know, I have my moments.
Well, yeah. All right, so we got about 4 minutes to go here before we get started, and thanks everyone for tuning in to NETSN tonight. I know there's other options. We appreciate you tuning in here. Make sure you share the stream where you're watching the game tonight, so we can get the word out that we've got this game here live on NETSN. So the chat is open as well. Any of you that are here checking out tonight's broadcast, the chat's open. We'll love to talk to you tonight, and we'd like to know where you're watching the game from and who you're watching and all that jazz tonight. We got Gainesville come onto the field here. We got this Notre Dame fight song here.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm going to like the Henderson fight song. I'm just going to throw that out there. It may be like a certain university in this state of Texas.
Oh, okay. So they okay. I got you.
So, yeah, we got a nice seat here.
Yeah.
Hospitality was great here in Kaufman. This neutral site game, a different. You don't see a lot of neutral site. Preseason games, I guess, or pre-district games.
Sure, but when you have the distance that you got to cover between these two teams, I'm sure both teams are grateful for a neutral site.
Yeah.
Especially on a Thursday night, right? It's a tough go to turn around on Friday and go back to class when you've had a late night, and so this is kind of a little bit of middle ground here.
We'd like to take a time to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Got Azalea Orthopedics, CDL Training Academy out of Henderson. Also, Fairway Ford out of Henderson, and the Brook Hill School in Bullard. So that's our sponsors that we'll highlight all night.
They help keep the lights on and keep the broadcast running and allow you to watch for free. And again, if you're on our YouTube channel, it's free. Just click that subscribe button, like this broadcast, and let us know where you're from.
Tell everyone about the app too, Jeremy.
Sure. Yeah, the app's my favorite thing. We have an app, and again, that app can be found on the App Store as well as the Google Play Store, and it costs exactly $0 to be on that app. So the app itself is free as well, and it's a great opportunity for you to get a chance to see what we do, get notifications when we go live, and allows you to watch any of the broadcasts that we have.
All right. We got the captains at midfield. Looks like for Gainesville, we have number 9, Ray Glancy. Number 15, Jackson, is it Otts, I guess, Otts. We got Peyton Matthews, number 7, and 0, Demetric Bruce. Henderson's kind of hidden behind there as they do the toss.
Yeah, so you got number 26, Connor Stewart. Number 31, Jaden Strand. You've got number 28, Ty White. And then number 54, DeKyron Pelham.
Okay, we'll see what the decision is here. They did say something, but I'm not sure exactly what. I didn't see them go.
They didn't
really like go on their side and tell us who was going to kick off, and they're going to make us guess here, Jeremy. You're going to start off with a little guessing game.
You know, it's a little bit of roulette there, right? A little bit of referee roulette to see what happens.
All right, we're going to take it down the field for the national anthem. We'll be back for the kickoff here on NETSN.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of this game and the opportunity to play tonight. Please bless these teams with strength, courage, and unity as they compete with respect and fair play. We ask for your protection over all the athletes, coaches, and officials on the field, keeping them safe from harm. Grant them discipline, perseverance, and a spirit of good sportsmanship so that their efforts may glorify you. May this game be an enjoyable celebration of sport for everyone involved. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please stand for the national anthem.
All right, we are back as we will find out who's going to kick off.
I think it's going to be Gainesville. That's going to be my guess. They're back by the 35, so that seems to be the safe bet.
Okay.
Where Henderson's lining up on the 50. So I'm just going to take the guess there that Gainesville is going to be kicking off here, and Henderson will be receiving.
But we don't know who won the toss or who's going to.
Yeah, it's your guess is as good as ours.
Again, thanks for tuning in, and share the stream link tonight. Make sure all your Henderson and Gainesville fans out there are aware that we have this game.
Yeah, and looks like back deep for Henderson is number 2, Meady Starling, and I believe that is number 14, Lamarian Coleman.
Yeah, so a couple of some of the running backs here that will get touches tonight. See, kicking off for Gainesville, looks like that is number 10, Alex Mendoza.
The lefty. Oh, no, he's a righty.
Oh, they're going to go with the onside kick, and it's fielded there barely by number 4 for Henderson. That's Trey Sanders. Kind of scary moment there for a second.
Yeah, two Lions came at the ball at the same time, and thankfully Sanders was able to get a hand on it. And
we're going to probably get shaken off this table, Jeremy.
Yeah.
His band is
it's a raucous band to our left.
Yeah. So coming out to lead the Lions, Vince Howard, 25 of 47 on the year, 483 yards and 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. So he leads the team out. We got
a jump early.
Offsides, and it's going to be a free play for Howard. He's got to go deep.
Nobody went with him.
They forgot about him. He's caught.
He is gone.
Touchdown.
That's Amari Murphy.
Murphy with a touchdown, 45-yard or 55-yard touchdown pass. Wow. I think that's a good way to start, Jeremy.
Yeah, you know, if you can throw a TD on the first throw on a jump there by the defense, that's not too shabby. Again, the Gainesville players froze on the jump. Both corners and the safety didn't move, and the receiver strolled into the end zone. That might be the easiest touchdown that guy ever scores.
Oh, and they've got the scoreboard. They put the score on the wrong score. Our score is tied to theirs. It will get fixed in a second.
Yeah, that was definitely not Gainesville. that went the wrong direction.
So they'll fix here in a second. We got a point after. The kick is up, and it is good. That was number 87, Ivan Navarro, with the first extra point here. Wow, got me all shaken up. The score's wrong. One play, one score. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we're back on NETSN. And for those of you just tuning in, it is not 6-0 Gainesville. They have the score wrong on the scoreboard here. I don't know if they're going to fix it or not, but we're gonna try to fix it on our end here.
Yeah, and it looks like number 88, Eric Garza, is going to be the kicker here on the kickoff for the Lions. Back deep. Looks like that is number 7, Peyton Matthews.
A little squib kick fielded at the 31-yard line, and that's going to be that's number 6 on the catch. That is Eli Settles on the, the return.
Yeah, and a great pooch kick there because his coverage almost got there before the ball did, and so Settles had to make that grab quick and get down quick. So now we're going to see the Gainesville Leopards, and we're not sure exactly who their starters are, so you're going to find out when we do.
Yeah, we got the roster about 30 minutes ago, probably.
Yeah, and so and we didn't have anything marked, so we're gonna do our best to get that to you as quick as we can. I believe number 7, Matthews, is going to be their receiver. He's going to be one of their wideouts. Number 9, Ray Glancy, looks like he's the quarterback in the backfield.
6'6", 220 pounds. Is Glancy. He's a big boy out there.
And I think originally he was a wide receiver, but I think due to some injury issues, they might be running him at quarterback.
And Gainesville has taken their first timeout. So we'll take it with them. 13 seconds in the game. We're taking another timeout. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make. And at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
Back here on NETSN. So now we'll have 1st and 10 for Gainesville on their first possession.
Matthews goes in motion.
It's going to pass it outside. Caught outside. That's Bruce with a catch, and he is tackled immediately. They're going to give him a gain of 1 up to the 32-yard line. Man.
Yeah, and it looks like in the backfield with Glancy is number 19, Trevante Walls.
Okay. So Walls, the sophomore. You got to wonder, too, with the injuries, how many of these guys are shuffled.
Yeah, because we talked about it. I think there's about 10 guys that we looked at in the pregame that were in warm-ups that are not playing for whatever reason, and so It's a lot of guys.
Oh, and a handoff up the middle, and he is popped.
Yeah, he
Jeremy.
is.
I mean,
just
goodness
smashed.
gracious. Walls hit a wall.
Yeah, and I think that was number 20. What was that? 22. I think that was number 22, Jaden Bishop, on the lead there in the tackle.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Didn't go anywhere. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 now for Gainesville.
Yeah, and probably not where Gainesville wants to be here. They've got a tight end here to the left and trips right.
Back to pass. He's going to scramble to his right. He's immediately taken down for a sack. That's number 33, Mike Russell in the background. Freshman, Jeremy.
That's not too shabby there.
He's a pretty big kid for a freshman. He
Yeah.
was immediately in the backfield. I think they forgot to block him.
Yeah, an 11-yard loss there on the sack. It's going to bring up 4th and a mile. And I think this might be a quick kick territory here. I don't see a punter, but I can't imagine you go for it from your
Mr.
own
Coleman
21.
thinks so. He's back deep for the return here for Henderson. And it will be a quick kick, a good quick kick at that.
That's a big
Coleman's
quick
going to have to retreat back to the 35 to receive it. He's got some green in front of him. Let's see if he can get anywhere. Coleman, look at him go. Coleman cuts it back up, and he
will not
is
be
gone. Touchdown, Henderson.
65
Woo,
yards.
man, oh, man. Check the speedometer on that guy running through there,
Boy,
Jeremy.
he was untouched, literally untouched for 65 there.
So Henderson has touched the ball 2 times, and they've scored on both.
Yeah, I mean, that would be what we call efficient offense, right? You can't get more efficient than two touches and
that
2
wasn't even
TDs.
offense there.
That's
It was
true.
special teams.
That's true.
This kind of reminds me of, to a point, we saw Wascom play Big Sandy last year, and Wascom scored 3 times before their offense touched the ball. Now, granted, Henderson did get the touchdown pass, but similar fashion. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and good. So Navarro with the 2 for 2 from the PAT tonight. And so we're going to take another break as Henderson's now up 14-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right, we're back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here. Thanks for tuning in. Tell your friends about this stream. We're over here. We got quality streams here on NETSN that we're proud of, and so we really appreciate you guys getting to watch here. We got Archie Manning. Henderson, don't get too excited. This team is okay. So we're not going to trash the other team, Archie Manning. They've got some people got kids on these teams,
That's
so
right,
they're struggling this year. They are, but we're gonna keep it clean here. But thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Let everyone know that we're broadcasting this game on NETSN.
Yeah. So Peyton Matthews again back deep, along with number 22, Adrian Lira.
Matthews, and he's got some room. There we go.
Okay.
Breaks a tackle.
He breaks
and
another. Oh,
he gets
man,
up
what
to
a
the
return.
40 and is tackled out of bounds. Great return for Matthews. Will spark what Gainesville needed.
I'm going to make a prescription here. I think you get the ball to 7. That was a great return. Had good speed. And again, if it hadn't been for number 7, Corey Harper there, he'd still be running.
Yeah, definitely would have been.
So now Gainesville's got to take advantage of this opportunity
Yeah,
here.
this
Ball
is
in plus territory.
Great field position here if you're Gainesville.
Yeah, get Matthews a quick shot of water. He was one of the guys in the Dave Campbell's magazine that was one of the players they highlighted for Gainesville. So you think they'd try to get him the ball here somewhere, and I'm sure Henderson knows that as well, and they're going to try to do everything they can to keep the ball out of his hands.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for Gainesville at the Henderson 40. Oh, we got a little movement. Uh-oh. That's not going to be good.
No.
You get good field position, and you give it right back. So they're going to move it back to the 45. It'll be 1st and 15. Try to get some positive momentum there.
Yeah, that was number 25, Zaylen Manuel, the tight end there that moved a little bit early.
Well, when you're playing a team like that, you got to take advantage of this kind of opportunity, and they have given themselves a kind of a tough start to this drive. The incomplete pass intended outside to 0. That is Bruce.
Yeah, and Bruce had a step. The ball just needed a little bit more air underneath it to give him a chance to get there, and it was thrown in a place only he could catch it, but he didn't come down with it.
So we got 2nd down and 15 now.
Drops back to pass. A whole bunch of lines. There's a screen.
Oh,
and he threw it hot.
I mean, it wasn't a bad call, Jeremy.
No, it's the right play call there. You had lots of room. He just threw it a little hot. He got a little excited there and put a lot of air under it. And no chance there for Trevonte Walls to get under it. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
So, I mean, I feel like this is still going to be 4-down territory here. You mean you're already down 14-0.
Yeah.
I mean,
at this point, you got to go for it. I think you got to get some positive yards here. You want to get at least half of it back here if you can. Get you 7 or 8 here, and at least give yourself a shot at a 1st down. And
they can get the ball outside. I don't think they're running up the middle here against this Henderson defense. I think they're going to have to get outside with it somewhere. Here we go. And
delay of game.
That play clock.
That seemed pretty quick, but and again, this may come to, you know, it may come to the fact that the guy that they probably want as the signal caller, I don't think is available tonight for them, and so.
Well, they've gone backwards here. 2 5-yard penalties, and now they're back to a 3rd and 20. Here comes a blitz. He's going to get it up to his man, and almost intercepted on the coverage for Henderson. That's number 1. That is Braylon Walker.
Yeah, and Matthews became the defender there. He had to make a defensive play, and I think here you punt.
Yeah, now you have to. I mean, and you may line up like you're going to go for it here and get a little quick kick over their head just to make them think about it.
If he quick kicks like he did last time, put it somewhere to the left or right and try to get you a little.
The good news is there's no return because there's not anybody back, so it's good kick there.
Ooh, it's going to roll. Is he going to stop it?
Oh, man.
Great effort there by number 8, Nate Yemi. Just took a funky hop there to the right at the end, so that's going to be a touchback.
Almost perfect there.
It was. Need a little bit more angle on it to get it to slow up in time, but again, at least you're going to make them go 80, right? You're going to make them go 80 yards here.
I think if you're Henderson here, we'll see what they come out with. But last time the pass game was successful. I might try to throw it deep again.
Yeah, I mean, until they stop. I'm going to try to get them to jump, right, until they don't. And, yeah, take a shot at the end zone here.
So we got Meaty Sterling.
What a great nickname.
I know.
Meaty Sterling.
Howard. They
got him again.
And they give it to Meaty this time off the right side. Cuts it back up the middle. There goes Meaty, and he's going to be tackled down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Up to the 31, I think, is where they're going to end up marking it.
Yeah, so just about 11 on the carry and a 1st down. And again, we talked about it, you and I, pregame, but we were told that that Gainesville had to bring up some young guys from the JV squad because of some injuries, and so some younger guys are getting a chance to play. So you're going to probably see some more mistakes than you normally might. And so Caden Scott, number 51, is one of the leaders on that defense, and they're going to count on him tonight to make some plays.
Here we go. It's going to be Meaty again this time off right tackle. He breaks a few tackles, spins off another tackler, cuts it back upfield.
Lets his blockers get there.
He's just juking everybody out and gets it up to the 34-yard line, so a 1st and 10 for Henderson from there. Man, I think got you excited, Jeremy.
Yeah, I did. It did. I was fired up. That was about. He cut back. I think he did about everything. I think he hit every button on the
remote
on the controller you can hit. Here he goes again, left side.
Up tempo for Meady, right up the middle, up to the 25-yard line.
I'm not even sure they got the chain set before that ball was moving again.
They're in up tempo. Coach Meeks likes the up tempo. He ran a lot last year at center. He likes that fast pace. Get that defense before they're ready to go.
Yeah, 9 yards on that carry.
This time it's going to be a pull from Howard, and he's going to take it off left tackle. Ooh, takes a couple of hits. You don't really want to see your quarterback take in here, but he's going to pick up the first down nonetheless.
Yeah, so 2 yards on the first down carry. That was one where I think Caden Scott did a great job there. He kind of faked like he was going to go to the back, and then he squatted and forced the issue.
So this time it'll be a handoff. It's Mr. Meady again. He's off to the races, and he's going to pick up another first down inside. Looks like no, not quite. They're going to be at the 6-yard line, so 1st and goal from the 6 there, Jeremy.
Yeah, so another big carry by him. I think that was 16 on that one, or no, excuse me, 12 on that.
Just give it to him again, I would. Yep, up the middle. Meady's looking for the end zone, and he's going to find it. Touchdown, Henderson, 6-yard touchdown run for Meady Sterling. And Henderson's up now 20-0. Oh, they got the lights going, Jeremy. This is the first time I've been out when they do the lights like this.
Yeah, you know, these new light setups, you can get away with that, right? You can get away with flashing the lights on and off. We've had some lights go out at some of our broadcasts, but not on purpose.
Hey, don't say that now. Keith's not here.
That's right, that's right.
So extra point attempt here for Navarro. Good snap, hold, and kick is up, and good. 6:57 left here in the first quarter. Henderson now up 21-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance.
That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
And we're back here on NETSN as Henderson gets off to a great start. They're halfway through this first quarter, already up 21-0. Kind of continued to roll like they did last week with a big impressive win. I think it was 50-2 over Jacksonville last week.
Big win there. The week before, 52-13 win over Liberty Ilo, and so 2 straight wins. Looking to make it a
forgot
third.
the ball. Matthews.
Oh, and he gets smoked.
Just got on it there at the 20-yard line. That could have been really bad there for Gainesville.
Yeah, and again, you know, you don't want Matthews taking any more shots than he needs to there, so big return last time. This time he tried to go without the ball, and they're going to start from their own 21-yard line here. Hopefully they've yet to have a positive yardage play. Take that back. They had a 1-yard gain and then on a passing play, but that's been the only positive yardage so far for them. A couple penalties, a big sack, and so looking for something here going forward.
So Glancy will start ball. They give it to him at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Oh, they got movement up front here, I think.
Yeah, it looked like the left tackle was still trying to get his hand on the ground when the ball started moving. I believe that is Caden Scott, who's playing both ways here. So he's playing defensive end and left tackle, which is a tough job.
So we got more penalty yards than actual yards here, I believe.
Yes.
That's not good here for Gainesville. They got to clean that up. They can't. They're already down 21-0. They can't afford to give away yardage here. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be Is it Galloway?
That's
No,
19
that's 19.
Walls.
That's Walls again. Okay. So they got 2 on that one, Jeremy. So
There
it'll
we
bring
go.
up 2nd down and 13. There's your longest play of the game.
There you go. And again, I think they just need to get some chunks together, right? Pick up
Yeah.
4 or 5 yards, get some positive plays, move your team forward. And again, this Henderson defense is tough.
Yeah, it is. Another handoff up the middle of the Walls, and he's going to get maybe another yard. I think they're going to mark him back up to the 20.
I think they gave him 2 on that one. So
Yeah, they did. They got him. He's back at the 20, so it'll be 3rd and 11. So they've gotten 4 of those yards, but unfortunately, that they hadn't given up the 5.
right,
Then
you'd be okay. But
3rd
yeah.
and 6, but fighting behind the sticks like that's tough.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about pregame. You know, one of the keys was getting Henderson to do that. When you've not had much luck on the season, you don't want to be the one behind the sticks. You want your opponent to be there, and so big play here, 3rd down and 11.
Clancy in the gun, drops back to pass. Looking out to his left, a good pass and completion. It's caught for the 1st down. Catch made by number 7, that's Matthews. And a good 3rd down conversion for the Leopards.
Yeah, a 20-yard pass play there to Matthews. And again, now you get a little momentum, right? You get a chance to take a breath here. You get more than 3 plays. And so let's see what they can do here on this next set of downs.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Ball's at the 40. Hand up the middle. He's got a little space for Walls, but not much. They may give him 2 on that one.
Yeah, and that was number 90, Samaj Descartes, and then number, looked like 88, Eric Garza. Both of those guys combined on the stop there after a gain of just 2.
Well, to get a positive play here for Gainesville, as the drill team of Gainesville has arrived here. It's halfway through the 1st quarter. Yeah.
You know, sometimes those buses don't move as fast as you want them to, right? And so at least they made it before halftime.
Fake the handoff, a little play action, throwing for a screen.
And no one.
There was a lineman that hit the lineman.
I think Walls got smoked on that. He got knocked over and was supposed to be the guy getting the screen, and he was trying to get out on the screen, and the defensive lineman just put him on the ground and said, nope, not today.
There were no eligible receivers in the vicinity.
Yeah. Luckily, there wasn't a penalty thrown on that because it definitely hit the backside of the lineman.
It could have been.
Yeah. It could have been illegal touching. Should have been. But again, 3rd and 8 here.
Let's see if Henderson brings some pressure. It looks like they might be bringing some up the middle. They're going to bring a little bit of pressure. And tries to get it to Matthews and
throws it behind him.
Kind of forced him to throw it early. I know Matthews wasn't ready for it.
You know, and honestly, that's probably about the best thing that could have happened because had he made that completion, it would have been bad news because there were a couple of Lions waiting to pounce.
What's
on the catch.
A pack of lions? What is a pack of lions?
A pride.
A pride of lions.
Pride
okay.
of lions. I don't know about leopards. I don't know what a group of leopards are, but a pride of lions. He's going to quick kick again.
And fielded back at the 21-yard line on the return, number 14. That's Coleman, and he's looking for another return. He's got some room. There goes Coleman.
There
he goes. He is not going to be caught. Touchdown, Henderson. Another punt return for Coleman. Wow.
79 yards on that punt return touchdown.
My goodness, Jeremy.
Special teams has been special.
Coleman's a special talent.
I'm going to call him that dude. He is that dude. Man. The scouting report needs to say 14.
Do not kick to 14.
Yeah. I would rather you kick it 10 yards out of bounds than kick it to 14. Yeah.
So Navarro back on for another point after, looking for his 4th of the 1st quarter. High snap, good hold, kicks up and good. 3:57 left here in the first quarter. Henderson 28, Gainesville nothing. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN. Thanks for tuning in and watching tonight. We're your home for high school sports in East Texas. We've got how many games this week? 10?
Yeah, 10, yeah. Three tonight, 7 tomorrow night, a full slate tomorrow night. And, yeah, we got crews all over East Texas covering some great high school football. And so we'd love for you to tune in there.
I'll say that there's a lot of groups that do this, but nothing one does it like us, Jeremy. We got it. We got the great picture. We got the great commentary. Great team. Camera works. These guys. I'm just blessed with having a great team.
Yeah. You got the Calvin.
Yeah.
Right, the man Calvin up there on the camera. He's doing a great job tonight, and man, it's a beautiful night too. Weather's perfect.
Even with having to sit outside, it's not.
Yeah.
It's nice weather.
So that was a fair caught around the 28-yard line, where Gainesville will start their fourth possession of the game. Had a couple of good plays last drive, and then kind of stalled out.
Yeah, there was some positive momentum on the last drive. They only could put a couple plays together. Well, they got to put more consecutive plays together this drive here.
Yeah, you need one big play. You need something. So hopefully here they can get something strung together.
There we go. Glancy bobbles a snap. He's got to keep it himself, and he is met immediately and slung down. I think that's your boy number 90, Descartes again.
Yeah, he's all over the place. That's going to be a loss of looks like 4.
So I think he might have been in the huddle with Gainesville on that one.
Yeah. He saw that one coming, and yeah, you know, Descartes kind of an undersized defensive end, but he's quick, a low center of gravity, able to get underneath, and got in the backfield and made the play.
Well, he's lined up right now over the ball, though.
Yeah, he's kind of their nose. So he's technically considered their nose tackle.
Yeah.
That's a quick guy to put over a center, too.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Snap and a handoff, and Walls is hit like he ran into a wall again. Goodness gracious. Tackle made by number 5. That is Jordan Irvin.
And he doubles as a wide receiver, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodness.
Not only is he a defensive tackle, but he plays wide out.
That's a big kid, too.
I'm praying I don't have to go jump ball against that guy.
I know.
Man.
He's got to be, what, 6'2", 6'3", 220?
Yeah, it's
so we got 3rd and 17 here.
Yeah. Ball's on the 21-yard line.
Looking for another screen, and Henderson was trying to intercept it.
And again, Walls has got no chance. Somebody from Henderson is just grabbing a hold of him and not letting him go. He's got no chance to get out there on the screen. They see it coming, and their instinct is to grab the back. So great defensive play there.
So 4th down and 17 now. Clock rolling here, 2:15. And this is just the first quarter. I feel like. So Coleman's back here,
Good Lord,
Jeremy.
please. Yeah, don't listen. I don't know what the scouting report says, but it says, like, the guys on the sideline are like, kick it over here.
Look at him. The guy's saying, kick it this way.
Oh, no.
And they're going to kick it to him. He's going to fair catch it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, he dropped it, but he did fair catch it. They're going to give it to him at the 43-yard line, so Henderson will take over 1st and 10. I guess he decided to let his offense get some work.
Yeah. He didn't want to, again, and some of that sportsmanship too, right? Like, this team is down a little bit and hurting a little bit, and so they're going to earn their yards, so they're going to start here on the 43 and see what they can do here on this drive. So I think we might get another big dose of Meaty here. So Meaty Sterling might be
Meaty in those bright, those bright shoes.
He's got those
neon,
he's got those
yellow, green, whatever they are.
Look like the Grinch.
So Howard, gets him a jump again, and I guess they're gonna say there was some contact. They're gonna mark it off 5.
And that's so frustrating as a coach, right? The guy is literally over the ball, and he's jumping on a ball.
Oh, they said offense moved. Okay. Okay, so maybe that's why he jumped there. They're going to call it the offense, so it'll back Henderson up 5 yards. I kind of thought that was on the defense, but referees disagreed. Howard, handoff. Sterling up the middle, bounces it outside. There goes Sterling. There goes Sterling, and there he goes. Will he be caught? That's the only question left. He will not. Touchdown, Henderson. Wow, 62-yard touchdown run for Meaty Sterling. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Jeez.
This is offensive paradise if you're the Henderson Lions. They have run, I'm going to count here.
How many
They
points?
run 8 plays. 7 of them have either been for a first down or a score. So 3 offensive touchdowns so far, 2 by Starling and then 1 by Murphy, and then 2 punt return touchdowns. And so our score is?
And the kick is up and good. So with 1:46 left here in the first quarter, Henderson now leads 35-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
And we are back here on NETSN. Again, Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here in Kaufman, Texas tonight. For this pre-district game between the Henderson Lions and the Gainesville Leopards.
Yeah, and the Henderson Lions are making themselves at home here at the home of the Kaufman Lions.
Maybe that's why they like this place. They picked it because there was lions also.
Yeah. Mascot looks a little different, but same team name. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted on the 27-yard line here.
Jeremy, you're a coach. What do you tell your team when it's just when the other team is just a little bit better than you are and you're struggling?
Yeah, I think these are the hard conversations, right? Like you got to find the silver lining, right? And so I think you just have to keep reminding them, don't beat yourself, right? Like you've helped Henderson out multiple times here with penalties, and so I think it's just trying to play clean and try to get something positive out of it.
Back to pass, going to show a short pass to his tailback, Walls, and then
he gets smacked, but he got away.
And there's a penalty late. We'll see what that's going to be. He kind of came in from the backside.
I think they're going to call that on the wide receiver number 8, just based on his body language, Nate Yemi. We'll see what the call is. Yeah. But he kind of had his hands up like, what? What are we?
So maybe a holding. Let's see what they call. Blocking the back. Okay. So that's going to back them up. That's tough right there. you have enough trouble moving the ball. We talked about earlier, you just can't shoot yourself in the foot with penalties.
Yeah, so it backs them all the way up to the 17, and you got a second. And not only that, you lose the down, right? So, I mean, it's like a double whammy.
So 2nd and 20. Handoff and immediately met by
a pride of Lions.
There you go.
Led by, looks like number 84, Decaden Pelham.
Man, that bus beep is coming on, Jeremy. Beep,
yeah.
Beep,
yeah.
Beep. They're going backwards here.
They're going to spot the ball at the 19, so I think I'm not sure how that worked, but somehow they gained 2 yards.
They must have given him a nice forward progress spot.
So gain of 2 there for Walls, and it's going to be
the chat's quiet tonight. Let us know if you're watching and enjoying tonight's broadcast here on NETSN. You get the snap back. He's going to look right.
And Matthews.
Yeah.
Matthews had the break. He just stopped and didn't see it coming.
Yeah, the timing was just off. We got to, wonder if that was, due to the, not being at quarterback a whole lot.
Yeah. And I did say that wrong. The ball's on the 14, so it wasn't a gain. It was a loss. I apologize.
Okay.
I looked at the wrong spot there. So it was a loss of 3. So we're at 3rd and
23.
23.
And the clock's ticking down. We'll have one more snap in this quarter here and see what Gainesville can do. I'm assuming they're going to try to drop back and let their man throw the ball around Glancy. No, they're not. They're going to hand it off to Walls, right back in the middle of that wall.
And just nothing doing.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, that Henderson defensive line is just stout. Maybe 1 on the carry.
Yeah, they're going to give him. Yeah, they gave him 1. So 4th and 22. And they're going to let that clock roll and get this quarter over with.
Yeah, so that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Again, your score is the Henderson Lions 35 and the Gainesville Leopards 0. And we'll take a break here. We'll be right back on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
He's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Quick grip into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN. Game on.
And we're back on NETSN here. Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Dunn. Balls bounces to the punter there, and probably the safest punt all night is goes out of bounds. It didn't get anywhere near Coleman, but
yeah, so safe to keep it away from Coleman, who's been dangerous. They're going to mark it out at the 40.
So 1st and 10 for Henderson at the 40-yard line.
And Henderson's had scoring plays of 55 and 62, so scoring from the 40 probably doesn't seem all that difficult, but we'll see what Gainesville can do here defensively. Again, they've just been gashed on the cutback. It's gap discipline, right? It's lane discipline, and sometimes you have that with some younger guys where they're a little bit too eager to make a play and they get out of their lanes, and it opens up the cutback, and bad things happen when a running back gets to the second level untouched.
So we're going to immediately see a change at quarterback. We're going to see Blake Meeks enter the game for the Henderson Lions, and he'll take the snap in the gun, 1st and 10 from the 40. So moving up front, Meeks is going to throw outside. It's going to be over the head of his intended target. That's Aiden Perry intended. So we're starting to see some guys come in and play tonight and get some snaps. It's always good to have those extra snaps for your backups.
Yeah, and again, a chance for some guys to get some playing time here before you get into district.
2nd and 10. Handoff, Meady Sterling up the middle. He's still in there. Keeps his feet with one hand, runs over tacklers, gets the first down. Tackled down at the 33-yard line, or excuse me, 27-yard line. Man.
Yeah, so gain of 13 for him and another first down.
He just runs north and south, and he doesn't have to do a lot of juking. When he needs to, he can.
Yeah, that was just downhill. Put your head down and run somebody over.
1st and 10 for Henderson now. Meeks looks to pass, looking left. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to roll right. He's going to take it off and run with it. Runs over the tackler. Nice run by the quarterback, Blake Meeks there. He's going to pick up about 8.
Yeah, Nate Yemi thought he was going to get him a big hit, and he got hit big. And,
that's where he hit the defender. He just run over him. Goodness.
Yeah, so 8-yard carry there. I mean, that's a big boy run. It's probably one you want to go to the sideline and be, hey, just slide there. Oh, I think we got a false start on the left guard there, it looked like, for Henderson.
That's the only thing with that, hurry-up offense. You've got to get there and get set.
Yeah.
So that's going to move them back 5. It'll be 2nd down and 7 now. Meeks looks to pass left. He's got a man across the middle. Oh, wasn't sure it was for him. That was intended for Amari Murphy. He was kind of confused there, Jeremy. I don't know if that was he just wasn't expecting the ball.
Yeah, Murphy and Perry were kind of both in the same spot there, so I don't know if somebody ran the wrong route, but you couldn't tell which one he was throwing to, and Murphy probably was a good thing he got a hand on it because there was a leopard waiting in the wings to maybe pick that off, and so you're going to go single here left with Murphy.
So it's Sterling in the backfield with Meeks, 3rd and 7. Handoff to Sterling. He bounces it outside, breaks through a tackler, still on his feet inside the 5, stretches for it, and he's going to be just short. They're going to mark him down to 2. I thought he might have gotten a little bit closer than that, but he must have had his knee down over there on that far side. Nice run for the first down by Sterling.
Yeah, 22-yard carry. Again, he's racking up the yardage.
It just didn't seem that difficult either.
No. There was a nice cut back there. He had a little jump cut.
Offsides, but they still are going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run for Meady Sterling. And Henderson's got 41. Man, just started the 2nd quarter here.
Yeah, these are tough games, right? It's tough as a coach of a team that's winning. It's tough for the team that's not doing well. How do you balance that? How do you manage it? And
kick is up and good. So Navarro's getting a lot of work today.
Yeah, he's going to have to ice that leg tonight.
9:51 left here in the first half. Henderson leads 42-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN. 42-0 Henderson so far, and man, it's been a tough start for Gainesville. Just hadn't been able to get anything going. Henderson's they're just an improved team. Coach Baker done a great job over the last couple of years. He's now in Carlisle, and Coach Meeks takes over a program on the rise. And they're gonna. The thing is right here is you want to get your guys game work, but you don't want to get them hurt. You also want to get some backups in. So what's the balance What do you think, Jeremy, as a former coach? What's your balance here?
I think at this point, with the score the way it is, I think you're going to get as many of your young guys in as you can, right? You want to come into district play healthy. You don't want to risk an injury. And, again, these players have pride, both schools, and so sometimes things get chippy when the score gets out of hand. And so I think for both teams, it's just managing emotions, right, and managing time. And so I think a lot of the starters will definitely be out by the second half, if not already. But again, I think it'll be dependent on what that score stays, right? You don't want to let a team like Gainesville back in.
Oh, a nice run there up the middle. That's number 22, Adrian Lira for Gainesville. It's probably their best run of the night.
Yeah.
Going to pick up about 5. So ball is now spotted at the 33-yard line. So second down and 5 for Gainesville. It's the first time they really had success going up the middle.
Yeah, and it was speed, right? He hit the hole with speed, and
no time to juke and cut, just hit it. And he does it again, and back-to-back nice runs for Lira. First down, Gainesville across the 40 up to the 41.
So about an 8-yard run there for him. Yeah, and I think the difference there, too, I think, to counter the aggressiveness of Henderson, those linemen are getting upfield, those trap blocks where that guy pulls across and whams the wide open guy will slow that rush down. The screen has not been effective in that so far. No. But I think if you can get some counter runs or some misdirection runs, I think you can take advantage of the aggressiveness of a team that's up big. And so I think that's going to be your best opportunity here.
So 1st and 10 for Gainesville. It's going to be a handoff to Lira. This time he is met and said, no. Nice tackle there. That's Jordan Irvin again.
Yeah, there goes that man. I'm telling you, if you can play wide receiver and defensive tackle, you got something there.
Yeah, special. Got Jonathan Bradshaw tuned in. Said, what's going on, guys? Thanks for it's time for the subs to play. Well, I'm sure they'll get a lot of time tonight. I'm very sure.
Yeah, and again, this is a good opportunity for both sides, right? Some of these guys for Gainesville have been moved up from the JV squad, and so get a little taste of varsity action.
And depending on how serious injuries are, they may be asked to play in a bigger role moving forward. So,
right.
So second down. It's going to pass for Delancey Matthews off his fingertips.
Well, and I think helmet came off. I think the corner might have gotten away with a little tug there.
A little,
maybe
little pull of the jersey there.
He said, slow down just a little, young man. That's going to be number 51, Caden Scott, coming off the field. His helmet came off in the play, and so number 58, Carson Hatton, is going to check in his spot at left tackle.
Ooh, third down dong. I like that.
Yeah. So big 3rd and 12 here. Again, Glancy had that one big pass for 20 yards, but really he's had a lot of misses since then, and so they need a big play out of him here.
Drops back to pass. Glancy looking left. He's got a man on the sideline. A lot of contact there. No flag. That ball's intended. I think that's 0. That's Bruce over there on the far side.
Yeah, and then Corey Harper on the coverage there.
So Gainesville will be punting now, I would assume, here.
And the hard thing on this, too, is, the clock stopped.
Yeah.
And so, the downside of throwing the ball there down big is that the clock stops, and now you give the ball back to Henderson with over 7.5 minutes to play here before halftime, down 42-0.
Yeah, and then that man is back at the 25-yard line set to return. Yeah. Coleman. We'll see if they kick away from him. I would. And they're going to kick to him, but he's going to fair catch it. I think he's done returning punts for the night. So it's going to be fair catch, caught just in front of the 30. I think they're giving 30.
Yeah, it looks like the 31.
31 or 32.
31 and a quarter.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Henderson from there. We'll see what they get going this drive here. I'd like to see if they let Meeks throw a little bit, since he is a freshman.
Sure.
And how long will Meaty Sterling be in? I can't imagine he's going to be in for too much longer. I do see him in the huddle right now. I mean, he's got coming into the game. Sterling had 58 carries for 441 yards, 12 touchdowns. So he's improved that tonight. I think he's probably crossed the 500-yard for the season.
Yeah, and a good start, right? I mean, four games and over 500 yards, that's where you want to start your season off. And
Meeks is going to give it to Starling off left tackle, and he's going to get a nice run. He's going to get up to the 38-yard line.
Looks like they're going to give him 6 on that one.
Yeah, so 2nd down and 4. Yes, it is 42-0. Whoever's in the chat, thanks for joining us. And there's a little movement up front.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it, but this Gainesville team is a young team to begin with, and then they were young last year, and then they're playing some young guys because of injuries, and so they've got about, it looked like on the sideline, about 10 players not playing, and so it makes it really hard to field a team when you have so many guys out with injury, and so.
Yeah. Play action. Meeks throws out to this side. It's caught. That's number 11 on the catch. That is Mason Jones. And a nice first down pickup for Jones.
Looks like 20 on that catch.
And handoff again to Sterling up the middle. He bounces it outside. There goes Sterling. Running through tacklers, dragging people with him down inside the 25. I think he'll be tackled around the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 from there for Henderson. Nice run by Sterling.
Yeah, another 24 yards ripped off by him.
I mean, and he's going to take a breather. He's going to jog over to the sideline. Looks like coming in is going to be Jaden Bishop in at tailback. Bishop on the year with 11 carries for 112 yards. 10 yards a carry, that's not bad.
No, that's not shabby.
He's got 1 touchdown. And he will get the carry, and he is a big guy going up the middle, just rumbling, stumbling through there. And another first down. I see why he's got 10 yards per carry, Jeremy.
Yeah, 13 yards on that one for a first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 10. So it'll be a 1st and goal. Man, he's got size too.
I was gonna say that's a big guy. Oh, movement there by the left guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have height weight on Jaden Bishop there, but as a starting inside linebacker, I'm going to go with probably, it looks maybe 6'2" and probably 200 pounds. And he's
Number 58.
So,
you know, and if you're Coach Meeks, you've had 4 false starts. I think that's something you definitely want to clean up.
Yeah.
You know,
because you still want to find things to work on.
Right, and again, you got high school guys. It's hard to lock in when the score is the way it is, right? But you've got to do that.
Coach Butler from ARP checking in. Thanks for tuning in, Coach. Bishop, and he's taken down for a loss. Nice tackle in the backfield there by Gainesville. I think it was number 51. That's Caden Scott with the tackle.
Yeah, and he's their standout player on the defensive end there, and so good for him making the play.
So 2nd and goal. Meeks, hands off up the middle. Oh, my goodness. I think a truck could have drove through that hole. What a job by the offensive line. And Bishop's rewarded for the touchdown. Man.
Yeah, 17 yards on the scamper.
Wow.
That was untouched 17. Great job by the offensive line of washing the Gainesville defense down to the left or to the defensive right, and then he had nothing but room.
He could have driven a truck from fairway forward out of Henderson through that hole, Jeremy. Kick for the extra point up, and good.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a scratch on it either. It had gone right through there.
4:16 left here in the first half. Henderson leads 49-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayporthenderson.net.
And we are back on NETSN as we go through some scores of some games that are going around the area. Make sure you download our NETSN app and update those scores of games that you're aware of the scores on. We got Overton over Maud right now. That's one of our Jaron and Jeremy Titsworth are there, 27-6 right now. So there's a nice cushion for Overton. On the return, that's number 8. That is Nate Yimmie. We've got Big Sandy trailing 24-0 against Ore City. That's halfway through the second quarter as well.
And that's a district opener for them, so big game there for them. Those are the two games we're broadcasting. Again, yeah, like Brett said, if you download the app and you're at one of the games, you can actually keep the app updated as you go. That allows us to run a ticker that you see across the top of the screen there and keep those scores updated, so you can check out what's going on around East Texas. So Glancy's back there at quarterback again. He's flanked again, it looks like, by number 22, Adrian Lira.
Handoff up the middle, and that's another one by Lira. I've been impressed with Lira. He's come in and been impressive here so far.
two cutbacks on that one, a quick cut to the left and then back to the right, and then got north and south and got 5 yards.
So second down and 5. Clock rolling here, under 4 minutes to go. Hand off again to Lira, and looks like another first down. Nice run from Lira.
Yeah, looks like he picked up 6.
Yeah, up to the 45-yard line. I think where they're going to mark him down. They found something there with Lira up the middle.
He's hitting the hole hard. He's low to the ground, so his low center of gravity. I think, Walls is more of an upright speed guy, where Lira kind of just ducks behind the lineman and pushes, and so they found some success there, and let's see if they can keep this drive going.
So first and 10 here for Gainesville. Oh, ball over his head, and it's going to be just falling on there by Glancy. And tough break right there as they had some positive momentum, and then one little high snap. Glancy's probably wishing he could have caught that. It was close.
He's, you said he's what, 6'6"?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you snap the ball over a 6'6" guy, that's a bad snap, right? That's not an easy thing to do.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, it's not easy to snap a ball over a 6'6" guy, and so.
Well, and it hit him in his hands too, so he's going to think he should have probably caught it, which maybe. But
and how many times have we talked about the most important part of every game that gets overlooked until it goes wrong is the snap, right?
Yep, it is.
It's the hardest thing to teach. It's the easiest thing to go wrong, and so.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout.
I think this is the 2-minute stoppage here.
It is. 2-minute timeout. We'll take it with them. Henderson up 49-0. We'll be right back. And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Diamond here. So we got a second down and 22 with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Fancy's back to pass. Looks across the middle. He's got Matthews. Ooh, just overthrew him.
He's had Matthews a couple times, and just frustrating when you can't make that connection because Matthews had a step and is probably still running if that ball gets to his hands. And so, just frustrating. Again, just little things, right? Little things here and there have cost Gainesville an opportunity to make this a game. And now it's a big third down here with just under 2 minutes to go.
You can tell he's got the arm. Just, it's just a little off here and there.
Sure. Got a little. No, I won't say it. I'll be nice. I won't say anything about the Cowboys. I'll be nice.
Third and 22. Lancey again back to pass. He's going deep again. He's throwing it up, and oh my!
It was almost caught twice.
Man, intended there, I think, for Bruce. There was two guys there, but
yeah, Matthews kind of got a hand on it. He almost tipped it back to Bruce, but unsuccessful on the tip there.
There's about 4 players that had a chance at that, 2 of each team.
Yeah,
and no one ended up with it. So it's gonna be punt time now for Gainesville.
Yeah, so the turf won that play. Again, I think we're going to see another quick kick. This time there's no one deep for Henderson.
They're just going to let it go probably.
Yeah. Bomb this thing and let's get it down inside the 10 if we can. Oh, they're going to send Coleman out, and then he came back off the sideline. No.
They're just going to leave the defense in. And Glancy's going to quick kick it. It shanks it off sideways and goes out of bounds.
And the one time that you could smash it with no one deep.
And then it goes sideways.
Unfortunately gets
They needed that one earlier
punt
away from Coleman. But
yeah.
So the punt will go out of bounds, and the ball is going to be spotted at the 44-yard line of Gainesville. So
they moved it to the 43, so they give an extra yard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 43. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Henderson from the 43-yard line of Gainesville. Again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching tonight's broadcast. We'll have 7 games on the network tomorrow night, so make sure you're tuned in, whether you're at a game or not. We're on YouTube. Just get your phone and you can check in on all the games. We'll be over in West Rusk tomorrow night, Jeremy, for what I think could be one of the games of the week as far as competition-wise.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because we covered both teams in baseball off and on during the year, right? And they're in the same district for baseball, but they're in different districts for football, right? And so kind of an interesting matchup. So two teams that know each other well.
A nice run there for another tailbacks now in the game. That's number 33. Mike Russell, freshman. I think he was the one that was making plays on defense earlier.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like a freshman.
No.
So we got
14 on that carry.
We got a freshman quarterback and a freshman tailback in for Henderson right now.
Man. Yeah, and again, that freshman tailback starts at inside linebacker, so you know he's a player.
Russell, nice moves.
Oh,
stiff arm to tackle.
Spins twice.
Goodness. He's using all those buttons too, Jeremy.
Yeah, he's got the washing machine going, a couple spin cycles, and 11 more yards and another first down.
Only question remaining is will Henderson try to score here before half? The ball's now at the 20 or 19.
I think 19.
They give it to 19. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19.
Yeah, so back-to-back first down runs there, and now they're going to bring in the other backup running back, the other inside linebacker, number 22, Jaden Bishop, the junior.
Yeah, they're just shuffling guys in right now. It almost seems unfair.
Yeah, they got an embarrassment of riches there at the skill position, and why not take advantage of it?
Meeks, play action. Going to throw out here to the left. Caught. Wide receiver open there inside the 10 into the end zone. Touchdown, Henderson. 19-yard touchdown pass from Meeks over to his receiver. That's Mason Jones. Wow. So we got 55 so far here, closing out on the first half, ending here. What a performance here from Henderson so far. I will say they might have to bring in a backup kicker, Jeremy, as Navarro he may be getting tired here.
Yeah, they're going to have to give him an ice bath at halftime.
Well, I say that, and he just drills it almost into the concession stand. So
he would just
I take that back.
Yeah, he said, Brett, I'm fine. Watch this. He almost took out some of the band members there behind the stands, and
Well, we're gonna keep it here for the last 39 seconds here, but we'd like to thank our sponsors while we have a chance here: Azalea Orthopedics, CDL Training Academy, Fairway Ford out of Henderson, and the Brook Hill School. Thanks for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Again, our ticker across the screen, you can contribute to it. Just go to the NETSN app, download it. It's free. There's a ton of stuff on there. There's pick'em, polls, shows, games. Everything you could possibly need is on the app for high school football in East Texas. So make sure you share that we're covering this game tonight, so they can understand what NETSN is. We cover a lot of teams and a lot of games, and thankful to get to call this Henderson football game tonight here in Kaufman. So
yeah, and really a blessing for us. And again, we get to do what we do because of great sponsors, like you mentioned earlier, that allow us to do this and bring it to you for free, because it's not free to do. But we try to present it free for the fans and the families that can't make it to the game. And so just thankful for those guys that make that happen.
And a big kick, or Henderson, it's fielded at the 11. That's going to be number 0 again. That's Bruce, and he's trying to break tackles, but it's just really nowhere to go. Henderson smothers him down at the 20.
Whole Pride of Lions there, led by number 1, Braden Walker, and number 9, Blake Meeks.
We will have the entirety of the halftime show for both teams, so if you're looking for the band performance, it will be live here on NETSN, sound and all. So if you're looking to watch your favorite twirler or maybe a drill team or even the drummer, we'll have all that at halftime here on NETSN. So we'll take us a break and let you enjoy the halftime show.
Yeah, then at least a little bit of time you don't have to listen to us. So if you're tired of that, you can tune into the halftime show. And again, those kids work just as hard as these football players do, and many of those band kids put in long hours to get ready. And
so a handoff up the middle is Lyra. He gets up about the 25.
Yeah, and he's really been their most effective runner, like we talked about last time. You know, he had a couple of big runs for a first down, and then they kind of had had the bad snap and took him backwards. But again, that looks like that might do it for the half. So I think Gainesville's content to let the clock run out here. And
yeah, I think they're going to go to the locker room and see if they can regroup. So that's going to put us at the half. Henderson up 56-0. We're going to take a break and let you enjoy the halftime show here on NETSN, but we'll be back for the third quarter here in just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans and proud supporters, get ready for an electrifying performance. It's time to shine a spotlight on the incredible group that always brings extra energy and spark to our halftime show. Please welcome the dynamic, dazzling, sizzling sensation, the Gainesville High School Electric Red Drill Team. Please joining us in recognizing the 2024-2025 Social Committee members. Co-Chair, Soraya Farmer Betts. Co-Chair, Isaiah Cardenas. Secretary, Jalen Warner. Social Media Managers, Marcos Moran and Mimi Malvez. This year's exceptional dance officers who lead with grace, precision, and spirit are Sophomore Sergeants, Olivia Perez and Sophie Johnson. Senior Sergeants, Mayeli Becerra and Yasmin Bracenas. First Lieutenant, Isabella Salazar and Captain, Amy Martinez. We also want to give a special shout out to this week's honorees. Dancer of the Week are Ari Gonzalez and Jocelyn Camacho. This week's Electric Red Spirit Award goes to Isaiah Cardenas. The Electric Red is under the direction of Shandy Davis, an Electric Red alumni and member of GHS class of 1996. Now, get ready to be amazed as the Electric Red Drill Team lights up the field with a streamer routine too. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music. Tonight's performance is proudly sponsored by CS Trailers, First State Bank, Triton Roofing and Restoration, Platform North, Tierra Real Estate, Heather Martin, Red River Painting, and Field Services. We are deeply grateful for the generation and support in making these spectacular shows possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Gainesville High School Redcoat Band. The band is under the field direction by drum majors Andres Castilla, William Drew, and Rithika Chatur. Tonight, the band will be performing their 2025 production entitled Pastimes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Gainesville High School Redcoat Band.
And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here as we get ready to start the third quarter here in just a moment. Jeremy, you've got some stats for the Henderson Lions, I assume.
I do. So the Henderson Lions at quarterback, well, obviously we started with Vince Howard. He had a perfect night, 1 for 1, 55 yards and a tutty. And then Blake Meeks came in relief. He's 2 for 4 for 39 yards and a touchdown. But really, Henderson really made their gains in the punt return game. They have a 65 and a 79-yard punt return touchdown. So, 140-some yards in punt returns is not too shabby. And then on the rushing end, Starling has 213 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns in the half. That's a night for most guys.
That's a pretty solid half.
Yeah. And then number 22, Jaden Bishop, has 3 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown.
Okay.
Then number 33, Mike Russell, had 2 carries for 25 yards. And then number 11, Mason Jones, had a 20-yard carry as well. And then Meeks chipped in on his own cause and got himself an 8-yard carry. Receiving-wise, again, just the 3 completions. So we had a 55-yard completion to number 3, Amari Murphy, and then a 19-yard touchdown catch for number 11, Mason Jones, and he also chipped in a 20-yard catch as well. So that gives him 39 for the evening at halftime. And so again, the big deal was the 2 punt returns, right, and then the rushing yards. Henderson has 300 yards rushing almost at the half, and so a big night for them. And again, that's indicative of the score that we see here.
So we're gonna see what they do. I would guess that we might have a clock that doesn't stop a whole lot in the second half, but not sure on that. We'll find out here in just a minute as Henderson's about to come back onto the field. Gainesville currently jogging back onto the field.
Man, and that Gainesville, their little tunnel thing looks pretty sweet. I mean, that leopard looks awesome.
That's a nice tunnel.
And then Henderson's got the old school, like, it reminds you of like the cartoons back in the 80s, 90s, right? The line, he swings back and forth, and he's got a little 3D look there, and the team runs out from underneath him, and here they come.
And here they are. They come back on the field. We'll see who ends up coming out. See how many strings they got over Henderson as far as depth-wise. I'm sure everybody's playing tonight.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Gainesville is going to get this second half kickoff, so that's good news for them. Get a chance to do something here offensively, and again, we'll probably see a lot of guys we haven't seen yet, for sure for Henderson and probably even for Gainesville as well. And again, a chance for some guys to get some experience at the varsity level, and some guys that may not get as much playing time, a chance to shine and show what they can do. And
Here comes Calvin. He's running.
Calvin's on a dead sprint. But he's going to make it in time.
Yeah,
he's got wheels.
Yeah, he's a little younger than we are, too.
That's true. If we were over there, it'd be Bad News Bears. We snuck down at halftime, and thankful for the Kaufman band parents. A pretty good halftime shot there. I had a little pulled pork sandwich.
I did too. It was pretty good.
Chips and a drink and a candy. I mean, that's a full meal deal there. And again, it goes to supporting a great cause. Thankful for Kaufman being willing to host us tonight. Looks like Calvin grabbed Sammy too.
Man, he's there. Look at him. Made it.
These young guys are nimble.
I know. Would never known he was gone if we hadn't said something.
Yeah, he's probably like, thanks for the outage, guy. Thanks for outing me, guy.
I was give him congrats on the getting back quickly there.
He made it back in record time.
And we are underway here in the second half. Bobbled on the return.
It might benefit him. And he gets tackled by his own man.
It looked like that was Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce had the bobble on the pickup. Then, unfortunately, Walls, his teammate, knocked him down there. They're going to start on the 26.
The last thing they need is self-inflicted tackles there.
Yeah, and again, their first half had 25 penalty yards, and again, limited rushing, a couple of snaps that went over heads of guys. And
I think we have our answer to our question, Jeremy,
as the clock is
running,
okay.
Even after the tackle there on the
so even on the change of possession. So Again, it's Gainesville ball here from the 26, from their own 26. And again, it's number 9, Ray Glancy at quarterback.
What was that? We got 85 people moving at once.
Yeah,
we're still having. They didn't blow the whistle dead though.
The tight end was on a pull wheel route.
What was going on there?
The wide receiver was shifting. I mean, that was like it looked like arena football there for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And again, just a tough one there. Another penalty.
I didn't even know what to call that there. There was a bunch of things going on in there. There's not supposed to be.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
Could be false start, illegal shift, whatever it was.
Yeah,
so they declined the penalty, interestingly. So he's 2nd down and 10. So I guess they let the play go. I thought that was I thought that stopped the play, but maybe not.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to Lyra again. He had some success in the first half. There's not a whole lot of room there. He's going to get 1. So it'll be 3rd down and
yeah, he was
9.
He was Gainesville's leading rusher with 27 yards in the first half. And then Matthews had that 20+ yard completion, and that was really the bulk of the offense for Gainesville. They just couldn't get any traction, and then when they did, it feels like they got a penalty and kind of put themselves behind the sticks.
Yeah, it was tough sledding, and I would say Lear is one of the bright spots of the first half for Gainesville. He had some successful plays there. His teammates had trouble running the ball. He was doing well. He backed up pass and
great
complete.
Defensive play there. It looked like number 28. I think that was Ty White on the breakup there.
Yeah, Matthews was the intended receiver for Gainesville, and so it'll be punt time for the Leopards.
And there was a guy open. Matthews was open, but great job there by the outside linebacker getting in the throwing lane and knocking the ball down.
So Coleman back deep. We imagine he's going to fair catch this. He's standing at his own 39-yard line.
Yeah, and I think Glancy here's got to find the balance of an angled kick without kicking it out of bounds too soon, right? The last punt he had went out of bounds way too fast. So you want to get some distance, but you want to keep it near the sideline.
And he kicks it end over end, kind of a funky spin. It's going to hit a backspin stop at the 45, and they'll be down at the Gainesville 46-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Henderson in the Leopards' own territory there. It's going to be not a very deep punt there, maybe 20 yards.
Yeah, again, he had really successful punts early, but again, you get a little gun shy when 2 of them come right back at you and by you.
It's almost like it's better off not punting well just because you don't want to kick it to Coleman.
Right. Yeah, because if Coleman were to run one back, he's probably going to get past that 46-yard line. So, again, here comes Meeks, I believe. He's going to be the signal caller here.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to get a lot of carries or a lot of attempts here in the second half. Looks like in the backfield with him is number 20. That's going to be Jay Fry. He's got 6 carries for 32 yards on the season. He's going to get the first carry, shakes off his first tackler, and gets up almost to the 40, taken down at the 41-yard line. So a nice 5-yard gain on 1st and 10 there for Fry. So nice run there for Fry on his first carry of the game. And he's going to get it again straight up the middle. Hops over a couple of Gainesville Leopard defenders and gets a couple yards, but then the ball's fumbled. They're going to give the turnover to Gainesville. Looks like they will. So a turnover there for Henderson.
Yeah, first mistake of the evening there for the Lions, and it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, something that he'll definitely want to correct on film. It's a teachable moment there.
That was kind of an interesting play because I'm not sure that he still had forward momentum. I think his forward progress just stopped, but the officials deemed otherwise. And so Gainesville is going to get the ball here on their own 45, and so an opportunity here to take advantage of the turnover and put some points on the board.
Yeah, good field position here at their own 45. Glancy is going to hand off. And that's going to be handed off. Not sure who that was.
That's Kaysen Setherton.
Setherton, okay. Okay. They switched it up on us again, trying to get some other guys the ball. Surprised they didn't go back to Lyra again.
Well, and when I looked at, looking at some of the information coming in, I think, Dave Campbell's had Southerton as one of the guys to watch, but we didn't see him at all in the first half. So, again, he's out here in the second half. So somebody they probably used a lot of last year, and so he's getting a chance here in the second half to show what he can do.
And he's going to stay in the backfield with Glancy here on 2nd down and 5. They're right at midfield of the 50. And Southerton again strapped the middle. And he's still fighting, but the Lions have him wrapped up. He's going to get forward progress.
That's that thing you don't want to see there. Like, you got the tackle made, just let him up, right?
Yeah,
I know some young guys and wanting to be aggressive here, but.
So he got up to the 47, so it will be a 3rd down and 2 for the Leopards. A great opportunity right here for them to get a good drive going. They've been moving the ball pretty well in this possession. We'll see where they go. I think you continue to give the ball to Southerton. It's been successful. See if they give it to him on 3rd and 2. And they will, right up the middle, and he's immediately met by Henderson. They just stonewalled the line of scrimmage.
That was number 30, Colt Leschner.
Even a helmet flew off there, even. And
so no gain on that one.
Yeah, so it'll be 4th and 2 now. Well, I thought that's where you go because they'd had success, but I don't know. You can pull something out of the bag here. He's going to have to take a seat because his helmet came off. So we've got
4th and 2, and you're gonna go for it here, right? Like, you're gonna try to get something going. You got to get a spark here.
There's no reason not to.
You've had a good job. 22 has done a good job.
Yeah,
Lear has done a good job with the ball, and so
yeah, he's back in. Lear is back in. They try to give it to him again. We'll see if they do. And now they're gonna play action. Drops back, throwing deep. He's got a man wide open. Somebody busted coverage. It's caught, and it's into the end zone for a touchdown. That's Dimitri Bruce on the touchdown catch.
Yeah, 47-yard touchdown for Bruce.
Somebody
was busted.
Somebody forgot to guard him.
Yes, sir.
And there goes the shutout. Gainesville's on the board. Man.
Yeah, great play there. He pump faked the quick screen, and all 3 edge defenders there stopped and settled on the bubble and forgot about the fade.
Yeah, they'll be watching that play a few times in film session next week, I imagine. Trying to get this snap off. Trying to get Matthews out on the hold here. Clock's rolling down. Got it away. Kicks up. And good. So with 3:20 left here in the 3rd quarter of play, Gainesville's on the board now. They trail 56-7. Be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back on NETSN. Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Diamond here as Gainesville just got on the board here. And they'll be kicking off to the Henderson Lions here.
Yeah, in the first half, Glancy had a couple shots at guys, and he just overthrew them. That time that ball was thrown in a perfect spot where he could get to it, and then a great job there by Bruce of evading a couple tacklers and getting it in the end zone.
Onside kick attempt.
Yeah, it's through. Oh, man.
Oh, we got a extracurricular here. We need to get those guys separated. But
yeah, again, that's that moment where you're like, look at the score. You're up big. Let's not do something foolish.
Well, here's the deal. You had a couple of good things for the Leopards here. you forced a turnover and you were able to put points on the board. And in Henderson, you gave up the ball and then had a busted coverage here on the side, a couple of negatives.
And really, you almost gave up an onside kick. That ball could have been picked up because not a single Lion moved anywhere near that ball. It just happened to go out of bounds, and so because it's out of bounds, it'll be a penalty. So the ball is going to be placed on the 46-yard line of the Henderson Lions.
So Meeks will lead the offense back onto the field. I can't tell. He's got a new tailback in there with him. See who it is.
I'm going to run out of space here for my stats for my rushing guys. They've had so many guys run tonight.
And it's going to be a handoff. It is a face mask. Yep, here comes the 18 flags.
So he gave it back.
It's going to be 26 on the carry. That's Connor Stewart, his 6th carry of the season there. And he's going to get a little punishment with a face mask, but it's going to be rewarded for a 15-yard penalty for Henderson.
Yeah, and you could almost throw a penalty on both because he pulled Scott's helmet off at the end there. But they're going to get the first one.
It was just protection, Jeremy. He was protecting himself, I guess. Do you remember back when they used to have the 5-yard face mask? It's like it was a judgment. So if it wasn't,
the JKLOL, like my bad, I just touched it.
I just kind of pulled it in. If you turned it sideways, that was the only way you got the 15. So here goes clock rolling down in the 3rd quarter. This will be the last play. Meeks hands off to Stewart. He's going to get to the 26-yard line. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. So through 3 here in Kaufman, Henderson's up 56-7. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter here on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, let's still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
He's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks the tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Quicker into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.
And we are back here on NETSN. We've got a 2nd down and 7. Meeks going to throw out to his left. He's got a receiver. Oh, dropped.
Oh, that was an easy catch there, and I think he was trying to run before he had it. Looked like a number 89.
Yeah, that was not on our roster. I don't have an 89 on my roster, Jeremy. Do you?
I don't.
So, sorry about that. 89, we don't have you on our roster. But it'll be now 3rd down and 7. Meeks, little fake handoff up the middle, pitches it over to a little fullback. That's 31 on the reception. Mr. Schran.
Picked up 5 there.
So it'll be 4th down and maybe 2. I think they're going to say 2. So clock rolling here as we have 11 minutes left. Meeks, hand up the middle.
It's going to get it more than 2.
That's a nice 1st down run there again. That's Stewart again on the carry.
That's going to put the ball on the 25, so about 6 yards.
So 1st and 10. Hand off again to Stewart. He's hit immediately that time. Good defense there by Gainesville.
Yeah, that was looked like number 25. Zaylen Manuel there on the. He came in from his spot deep in the 2nd level and came flying in there. So loss of 1.
Low snap. Meeks got pressure from behind him, gets rid of it, and it's incomplete.
Ooh, and he's lucky that didn't go the other direction because that ball was in the air for a long time.
It was, and the ball was intended for the receiver, number 13. That's Colby Taylor. And
And
Taylor,
Adrian Suarez saw money signs right there. He saw that ball coming and said, "I'm going to take this to the house."
Taylor's got to come back to it a little bit. He kind of waited on the ball, and when the ball's near that long, the receiver has to go to it.
Yeah. 3rd and 11 here, handoff.
So it's going to go up the middle to Stewart, and he is hit.
Great play there. That was number 1, Setherton. So going to be a loss of 2.
So 4th down and 13. Again, clock's moving. 9:30 left here in this game. What do you do? 4th and 13, up by 50 points almost here.
Yeah.
We'll see if they
I might quick kick, or I don't know.
Go through the air and throw it here. Meeks is gonna throw it. Throw and dropped. In and out of the hands. That's number 13 again on the attempted reception. Taylor. And so that's going to put the ball back to Gainesville. Clock still rolling, under 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, so Gainesville gets another opportunity here to take advantage of a turnover on downs. And ball is going to be placed, looks like on the 27-yard line here. Maybe 28. It's kind of in that in-between spot. I think it's close to the 28. Nope, they say 27. Okay. I was right the first time. I should have just kept it.
27, 30, 25. I don't know if it matters too much at this point.
Somewhere in that 27-28 range. So 1st and 10. Again, Glancy back deep. He's got Lyra next to him.
1st and 10. Oh, got moving up front. They didn't blow the whistle, though. It's going to be Lyra on the carry, and he's going to get nothing.
Yeah, he gets submarine there by, looks like, number 40. Yeah, 42 Ellis on the tackle. So Lyra gets no gain.
So we got 2nd and 10 for Glancy. Let's see what they do here.
So they got 2 tight ends to the left. Oh, high
snap.
Again.
And it's going to be handed off up the middle.
And Walls is buried by a Pride of Lions.
we got a little scrum going. I was going to say he got kind of buried in the pile there. Coaches already making their way down.
Yeah, so picked up about 4 on that carry. Was Walls there?
They got to make sure we don't have anything. You know, you don't want to get a personal foul penalty, get ejected right here, and then you have to miss next week's first half.
Yeah, and again, Gainesville's coaches did a good job of getting that player off the field, right? You don't want that. The game's over. You don't want anything stupid that's going to cost your team, like you said, in the next game or in the future as you start district play.
Handoff. Ooh, nice tackle. Walls is down at the 30.
That's 42 again. That's 2 tackles for him. So that'd be a loss there of 3.
So it's going to be 4th down and 8. And the Leopards are going to bring on the punt unit. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in and sticking with us through this one tonight. Make sure if you're a Henderson Lion fan out there, you let them know that we're going to be doing some other Henderson games. I believe we have a couple more on the schedule. We have Henderson versus Kilgore. That might interest a few of you.
Yeah, that's an exciting
And then
matchup.
we'll have, I think me and you will be back with Henderson on the finale, Henderson versus Lindale, that closed the season out. So,
yeah, that's a terrible idea.
I don't think you can snap the ball with your guy coming on the field.
I think they got lucky and got the timeout before 53 came screaming up the field. But he came from the return end of the field to the punt end of the field. So they got a timeout here.
So we'll take it with them. 5:40 left here in the game. Henderson up 56-7. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, Contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
All right, we are back here on NETSN. Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Diamond. Again, thanks for tuning in and listening to us tonight. We've had a lot of fun. It's been a kind of a lopsided game, but a fair catch made by number 38 of the Lions. That is Yorkbell Martinez, and he kind of dropped it for a minute, but was able to recover. But some good work. I think if you're both coaches, you've got to take some things off of this, either the good or the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, and implement it next week. Henderson, see, they think district starts next week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's here. I think they have Palestine next week, Henderson versus Palestine. We covered Palestine a few times. I think that's a big game.
Yeah, and Henderson, again, is going to be favored in that game walking into it. But, again, it's district, and crazy things happen once district starts. But I think Henderson's going to be content going in 3-1.
And now we have another quarterback in. That's number 12 in at quarterback. And Stewart's going to get a nice run off of it.
Oh, and he fumbled.
Oh, the ball's loose. And still going.
It's still bouncing.
The ball's
I think Gainesville now has the ball. That was a huge run by Stewart.
They do.
The fumble.
The quarterback in is number 12, which I have Meeks as 9 and 12, but that's not right. Not sure who number 12 is at quarterback, but that's a tough one. We talked about, those little mistakes that you can clean up.
And Stewart had a 26-yard run there before the fumble.
You've got to tuck the ball away.
Yeah, you got to chin it. And again, especially late in the game, when the game's you're wanting to seal the game away, you can't give another team an extra possession. And again, tonight it doesn't matter, but down the road it does, right? Down the road that could cost you a ball game. Ball security is just so big for running backs. I coached running backs for 15 years at the middle school level, and that was the first thing and the last thing we talked about at every practice was just chin it.
You mean you don't want to just waggle that thing around and showboat it? And
the loaf of bread is not a good idea to carry around.
We got a little movement up there. They didn't blow the whistle on it. And Singleton there on the run to the 35. But that's the thing. I work in technology, and we check the computers out to the kids, and it's the first thing. Tuck that thing away like a football when y'all down the hallway, because you have it with one hand, and that kid comes and knocks it out of your hand, it's your fault.
Yeah,
something breaks.
We talked about 4 points of pressure. You had the eagle claw, your hand over the top of the nose, right? You're tucking it to your chin, your forearm is to the ball, and the ball's to your chest, right? So you had to have at least 4 points of pressure. And we ran drills, we did all that, and you still have kids that get excited and start swinging that thing around.
Yeah, they've seen too much on TV, that's what it is. We got a handoff. Oh, the ball's loose this time, and Henderson, I think, got it. Yep.
Yeah, I think Wall's there on the fumble, and
yeah, he probably should just taken it and gone down, and he tried to fight for extra yardage there, and ball got jarred loose. So Henderson will get the ball back here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm guessing even with the running clock, we'll have to have the 2-minute timeout. But
yeah, we'll see when they start the play clock, if they're going to let it go down to where they don't blow the play clock. So, nope, they won't have to snap the ball before 2 minutes if they don't want to. We'll see if they do. We got the Overton game on here, 41-14 in the fourth quarter. Overton's leading over Maud. Another game on NETSN.
That Overton squads look pretty good. They had the one hiccup, but I think they're going to be 3-1 if the score holds as well.
And we got a knee taken. And they say Bradford, because I don't have him on here, but needless to say, they're not going to take the 2-minute timeout, Jeremy. I think they're going to opt to skip it. So we'll have a couple of kneel downs, and we'll be finished here for the evening. Get maybe in the fastest game all year. Even we
had a pretty fast one last week up at Lone Oak, and that game ended up being 56-0, and so it was a pretty speedy night. But again, this one might rival that one. And as we're just a hair past 9 o'clock.
Well, good news is for our drive purposes, it'll be we'll be home at a decent hour. Some of us have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah, I got about 150 students waiting on me tomorrow for those 4 or 5 classes, and big day at Tyler Legacy where I work. It's homecoming.
Okay.
And so yeah, they're going to play Crowley for homecoming, and so the freshmen in the JV took the long 2.5+ hour trip over there today, and Crowley comes to Legacy tomorrow night.
This will be the last snap of the game.
Takes an 8.
And that's going to do it. So the clock runs down here. Again, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Please let everyone know that NETSN is going to be covering some Henderson football this season. And Jeremy, you some final thoughts. I think your keys were probably pretty close tonight.
Yeah, I think it did okay. You know, I think the big thing, I think if you're Henderson, you can't let this game get you too up.
Yeah.
Right? You can't walk into next week thinking that you got it all taken care of. And then I think if you're Gainesville, you saw some things late that you can add to and improve on. And so I think for both teams there's takeaways here, and I think it just depends on where your attitude is coming into the next one.
Yeah, I agree. I think you've got the fumbles are got to be cleaned up. They let the Gainesville get the fumble that went to the touchdown. That's what led to their only touchdown, and that blown coverage. You got to clean that kind of stuff up. You're running in the district here. You've got the District of Doom is not called the District of Doom for nothing. You've got the gauntlet of you got Palestine, you've got Kilgore, you've got Chapel Hill, Lindale, Maybank, and Pine Tree, and there's not going to be a game on that schedule you could say it's easy. There may be some that are tougher than others, but you've got to come to play every week in that district.
Yeah, that's a, top to bottom, again, like you said, one of the toughest districts. And really, you'd like to probably pencil in preseason 3 teams pretty easy, but, it's a wide open race. And so those 3 and 4 spots are going to be coveted, and it'll be interesting to see how the season shakes out as we move into district play.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. I'd like to give a shout out to our man Calvin on the camera. Did a great job for us tonight. For Jeremy Diamond, Brett Swinney, signing off for the evening. Your final here in Kaufman. Henderson wins 56-7. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night here on NETSN. Good night, everybody.
Williams fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't going to catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
Yeah, whoa. They get set early, quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap. Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown. Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run. He's still on his feet. Camacho still on his feet. He's still running. Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he going to score? Wow. Touchdown. Quick pass. Bork adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's going all the way.
Oh, my God. No,
it's Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick 6. Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little. Oh, he ran over the defender. The helmet coming off. Holy man. Quarterback Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's going to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's Bork again. Caught. Bork breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What? Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep. That's Man Scott. What a catch by Man Scott. It's a one-handed grab. He's going to go almost all the way. Just tackled at the 1. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh, my goodness, Jason.
I don't don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo!
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh man. What a catch.